The room was quiet. Sunlight filtered through the windows of the All England Club, illuminating polished wood tables and the unmistakable elegance that has made Wimbledon one of the most prestigious sporting events in the world. Every corner of the venue reflected tradition, excellence, and history. For most players, simply walking through those halls is a dream come true. For Alex Eala, it represented something even greater. At just 21 years old, she had already achieved what no Filipino tennis player had accomplished before in the Open era. Through determination, years of sacrifice, and consistent performances against some of the world's best competitors, she had become the first Filipino player to earn a singles seeding at a Grand Slam tournament. That achievement alone had already secured her place in Philippine tennis history. But success has a way of attracting attention from every direction. As her profile continued to rise, so did public interest in every aspect of her career. Television networks wanted interviews. International media wanted exclusive stories. Global brands began paying closer attention to one of the fastest rising names in women's tennis. Suddenly, Alex Eala wasn't simply competing in tournaments. She was becoming an international sports figure. That transformation happened remarkably quickly. Only months earlier, conversations surrounding Eala focused primarily on her potential. Coaches praised her discipline. Analysts highlighted her intelligent shot selection. Fans admired her relentless work ethic and calm personality under pressure. Now those conversations had changed. The discussion was no longer about whether she could compete with elite players. She had already answered that question on the court. Victories over highly ranked opponents had demonstrated that she belonged among the sport's emerging stars. Every tournament seemed to reinforce the same message. Alex Eala was no longer chasing recognition. Recognition was finding her. With greater visibility came growing interest from the business side of professional sports. This is a reality every successful athlete eventually encounters. Professional tennis is not only about rankings and trophies. It is also a global industry where sponsorships, endorsements, partnerships, and commercial opportunities become increasingly important as a player's profile expands. For young athletes, these decisions can shape careers both on and off the court. Choosing the right partnerships requires more than simply considering financial value. Many athletes carefully evaluate whether a company reflects their personal values, long-term goals, and public image. Some prioritize global exposure. Others focus on loyalty to companies that supported them early in their careers. Every decision carries consequences. Throughout her rise, one quality consistently defined Alex Eala: consistency, not only in the way she competed, but also in the way she carried herself. She rarely allowed outside distractions to influence her performances. Win or lose, her interviews reflected humility. She praised opponents. She thanked supporters. She spoke respectfully about her coaches and team. That professionalism earned admiration throughout the tennis community. As Wimbledon approached, however, online speculation surrounding potential sponsorship opportunities became increasingly common. Sports fans naturally wondered which global companies might be interested in partnering with one of tennis' fastest rising young stars. Luxury brands, sportswear companies, international advertisers. Many names appeared in online discussions, although very few details were ever officially confirmed. Like many successful athletes, Eala's growing popularity inevitably attracted rumors alongside genuine reporting. That distinction is important. In professional sports, speculation often spreads much faster than verified information. One online post becomes another headline. A rumor becomes a discussion. A discussion becomes something repeated often enough that many begin accepting it as fact. Yet behind the headlines, professional athletes continue focusing on the same priorities that brought them success in the first place: training, recovery, preparation, competition. For Alex Eala, Wimbledon remained the priority. Nothing carried greater importance than performing well on the famous grass courts of the All England Club. Everything else came second. Still, her remarkable rise had become impossible to ignore. Supporters from around the world followed every update. Filipino fans celebrated every milestone. Young athletes looked toward her career as proof that dreams once considered impossible could become reality through dedication and perseverance. That growing influence extended beyond tennis itself. She represented opportunity. She represented belief. She represented the possibility that a nation without a long history of Grand Slam success could still produce athletes capable of competing with the very best. Those achievements attracted worldwide attention. Companies noticed. Media outlets noticed. Sponsors noticed. Every major breakthrough in professional sport creates new opportunities. But every opportunity also requires thoughtful decisions. Experienced athletes often explain that selecting long-term partnerships involves much more than financial considerations. Trust matters. Shared values matter. Relationships built over many years often matter just as much. Many athletes choose to remain loyal to companies that supported them before worldwide recognition arrived. Others decide that changing partnerships better serves the next stage of their careers. Neither path is inherently right or wrong. Each athlete makes those decisions according to personal priorities. Throughout her career, Eala had already established relationships with several well-known organizations that supported different aspects of her journey. Those partnerships reflected years of gradual development rather than overnight success. Long before international headlines celebrated her achievements, she was already dedicating countless hours to improving her game. Early morning practices, fitness sessions, international travel, junior tournaments, professional qualifying events. Every stage required commitment. Every step required patience. Nothing happened overnight. That steady progression ultimately transformed a talented junior player into one of the brightest young competitors on the WTA Tour. As Wimbledon drew closer, public attention naturally expanded beyond her results alone. Every appearance generated discussion. Every interview received coverage. Every practice session attracted cameras. This is one of the realities facing athletes who suddenly become global stars. The spotlight grows brighter. Expectations grow higher. Public curiosity extends far beyond what happens during matches. Yet those closest to Eala consistently described the same focused competitor they had always known.
Calm, disciplined,
Professional, determined. The growing attention had not changed her approach. Her priority remained exactly where it had always been, preparing for Wimbledon. Because regardless of media attention, sponsorship discussions, or growing international recognition, the truth remained remarkably simple. Everything still depended on performance. Every player begins each Grand Slam the same way. One match at a time. One opponent at a time. One opportunity at a time. For Alex Eala, the road ahead promised enormous challenges, but it also offered something equally exciting. Another chance to continue writing one of the most inspiring stories in Philippine sports history. And with millions of fans watching every step of her remarkable journey, the next chapter was only beginning. As Alex Eala's reputation continued to grow, the spotlight surrounding her career expanded far beyond the tennis court. Every victory seemed to generate another wave of headlines. Sports broadcasters analyzed her performances. Newspapers highlighted her achievements. Social media buzzed with discussions about what she might accomplish next. Success has a remarkable way of changing expectations. Only a short time earlier, many fans had viewed Eala as a talented young player steadily climbing the rankings. Now, those same fans were discussing her as one of the brightest rising stars in women's tennis. Her breakthrough was no longer measured only by rankings. It was measured by impact. Young athletes throughout the Philippines began following her matches with renewed excitement. Local tennis academies reported increased interest from children inspired by her success. Coaches pointed to her discipline and determination as an example of what consistent hard work could achieve. She had become more than a promising competitor. She had become an inspiration. That influence naturally attracted growing commercial interest. Throughout professional sports, companies often seek partnerships with athletes whose values, achievements, and public image reflect their own identity.
As
players rise through the rankings, opportunities tend to increase, bringing new possibilities along with important decisions. Industry observers frequently speculated about which global brands might seek relationships with one of tennis' fastest-rising young stars. Some reports focused on sportswear. Others mentioned luxury fashion. Several online discussions suggested that international companies were monitoring her rapid rise ahead of Wimbledon. Much of that conversation remained exactly what it was: speculation. No athlete's private business discussions are fully visible to the public, and rumors surrounding sponsorship negotiations often spread much faster than confirmed information. Still, one thing was undeniable. Alex Eala's marketability had grown significantly. Her accomplishments on the court spoke for themselves. Winning matches against elite opponents had introduced her to audiences around the world. Her calm personality during interviews earned admiration. Her professionalism impressed commentators. Her humility resonated with supporters from many different countries. Those qualities made her attractive not only as a competitor, but also as a public ambassador for the sport. Behind every successful athlete stands a network of people helping guide important decisions. Family members, coaches, managers, legal advisors, financial professionals. Each contributes experience to ensure that opportunities are evaluated carefully rather than emotionally. For younger athletes especially, these decisions can influence careers for many years. Choosing the right partnership is rarely about accepting the first offer. It involves considering long-term goals, shared values, professional relationships, public image, personal priorities. Many athletes remain loyal to companies that supported them during the earliest stages of their careers. Others decide new partnerships better reflect their evolving ambitions. Neither approach is universally correct. Each decision reflects the individual athlete. Throughout her journey, Eala consistently projected one characteristic above all others: loyalty. She frequently acknowledged the people who believed in her long before international recognition arrived. She praised her coaching team. She thanked her supporters. She spoke respectfully about organizations that had accompanied her throughout different stages of her development. That sense of gratitude became one of the qualities fans admired most. As online speculation surrounding sponsorship opportunities continued, supporters debated what the future might hold. Would she expand her list of commercial partners? Would she remain committed to existing relationships? Would her growing global profile create even greater opportunities after Wimbledon? No official answers existed. Only time would provide them. Meanwhile, Eala herself remained focused on something much more immediate: preparing for competition. Grand Slam tournaments leave little room for distraction. Every practice session matters. Every recovery day matters. Every tactical adjustment can influence the outcome of an important match. Experienced professionals understand that maintaining focus becomes increasingly difficult as outside attention grows. Interviews multiply. Media requests increase. Public appearances become more frequent. Sponsors schedule promotional activities. Yet, successful athletes learn to separate those responsibilities from the work required on court. That ability to remain grounded often becomes one of the defining characteristics of elite competitors. By all appearances, Eala continued approaching each day with the same disciplined mindset that had carried her from junior success to the professional stage. Her routine remained familiar: practice, conditioning, recovery, video analysis, preparation. Nothing suggested that growing international attention had altered her priorities. If anything, it appeared to strengthen her determination. Every accomplishment only reinforced her belief that consistent work remained the foundation of continued success. Supporters noticed that consistency. Whether celebrating victories or responding to defeats, she rarely allowed emotions to dominate public interviews. She spoke thoughtfully. She respected opponents. She emphasized learning rather than making excuses. Those qualities earned respect from fans well beyond the Philippines. As Wimbledon finally approached, anticipation reached extraordinary levels. Television crews from around the world gathered at the All England Club. Reporters searched for compelling stories. Former champions offered predictions. Every seeded player attracted increased attention. Alex Eala was now firmly included among those names. Her remarkable grass court season had transformed expectations. She was no longer arriving simply to gain experience. She was arriving with genuine momentum. Her victories had proven she could challenge some of the sport's biggest names. That confidence would soon face its greatest test. The draw promised difficult opponents. Every round presented new challenges. Every victory would require complete concentration. Yet regardless of what happened during the tournament, one achievement had already become permanent. Alex Eala had changed the conversation surrounding Philippine tennis. She demonstrated that players from nations without a long tradition of Grand Slam success could still compete on equal terms with the world's elite. She inspired countless young athletes to dream bigger. She reminded fans that perseverance, patience, and disciplined preparation can open doors once thought impossible. Those accomplishments could never be erased by a single match or a single tournament. They had already become part of her legacy. As the famous grass courts awaited another chapter in Wimbledon history, Alex Eala stepped forward carrying not only a racket and years of preparation, but also the hopes of millions who believed this remarkable journey was only just beginning. And with every passing day, it became increasingly clear that whatever happened next, her story would continue to capture the attention of the tennis world. And here on Pro Tennis Hub USA, where every milestone, every breakthrough, and every unforgettable moment would be followed with the excitement